Hi guys, and welcome back to Tesla Electron. Keith here. Hope you've had a fantastic week and things are going well with you. Well, of course, you've all heard about the Tesla stock split, and every man and his dog has wanted to say something about it, and I thought, why not? I'll put my 2 cents worth in. And so I thought I would just do a little video on that. And I noticed that today or yesterday, or maybe even the day before, Yahoo Finance did a interview with Dan Ives from Wedbush Securities, and I thought that would be a great one just to do a commentary on. So let's go and have a look at that right now.
Annual Tesla shareholders meeting, which will include a vote to offer additional shares in order to facilitate a stock split, which would be the second within the past 3 years. Well, here to help us go deeper into that decision is Wedbush Managing Director Dan Ives. So Dan, what are your thoughts on the timing of this announcement, especially given Tesla's recent expansion with its German manufacturing plant, as well as trying to double down in China?
Look, I mean, Tesla right now, massive position of strength, in terms of where they're heading, you know, from a manufacturing perspective, in terms of Berlin as well as Austin, and overall demand. So I think the fact that...
Can I just repeat that again, guys? They're coming from a massive position of strength. They're not doing this stock split because they're feeling weak. They're not doing a reverse split. No, they're doing a forward split. So who knows whether it'll be a 5-to-1 again, or whether it'll be a 10-to-1, or who knows, 20-to-1. Some people are talking about a 50-to-1. I can't imagine that. I think that that's a tad over the top. But let's keep listening to Dan here.
This is the second stock split in 2 years. It just shows that they're in that massive position of strength. They have that high-class problem of a 4-digit stock. And I think it's something where, you know, I mean, you could always have the debate, but a stock split is a smart strategic move for Tesla, just like it was for Amazon, just like it was for Google, as well as for Apple as well.
Is this an anticipated shareholder vote or split that you would be buying further into, Dan?
Look, I mean, it's one of those fundamentally is why you buy Tesla. And I think fundamentally that's something that continues to sort of move higher based on where we see demand, as well as now the manufacturing footprint where supply is no longer going to be an issue. I think it could ultimately double units year over year going into 2022, despite obviously some of the issues that you're seeing in China and some of the COVID issues. But look, retail.
Now you might notice, guys, I've actually edited their video just a little bit, just to put some things in that I thought made a little bit more sense for what they were talking about. So where the stock's been from, $418, and back at the in the 31st of March of 2020. So that's just on 2 years ago. I'm here today on the 31st of March 2022, and in just 2 years we've gone up to $1,099.57. I think it was a little bit lower than that today. I think it was actually $193, but that was yesterday, was at $1,099.57. It's only $100 off, a little bit more than that, $100 plus some change, to go to its all-time high. So this is where we're at right at the moment, guys. It's pretty exciting. Let's listen to some more.
You know, obviously like stock splits, and I think Tesla, you know, that there's always going to be a debate, but the stock splits is something where they believe as the stock continues to get higher, they're going to continue to go down this path. And it's hard to argue with the last one where the stock's up about 3x since that in August 2020.
And history certainly...
I actually pulled that out from online off Google, and just to have a look at what that was. I just want to go back just a fraction there. Here we go. And just to have a look at that. See, we went from $418.32 back on the 31st of August 2020, and we're now at just over $1,000 a share. Now, Farsad said, the guy that used to work for Tesla, he said that the reason that Tesla do these stock splits isn't for investors, isn't for us, Wall Street, it's for their employees, because they give their employees stock options. And so that's what this is all about, is so that they can split it so that their employees can get some good stock options. Could you imagine if you're making $50,000 or $60,000 a year working for Tesla, and you're allowed to put in 15%, I believe, in the United States towards buying stock options, and they're at $1,000, that's a lot of weeks' worth of wages. And of course, you get to the end of the time limit, because there's a time limit on that as well. And then guess what happens? They don't have enough to buy more shares, and so that money goes back to the person, and it sort of defeats the purpose of having the stock option. So this is why they're going to do this stock split, and it's very exciting, and I think it's going to be great for the stock. Let's listen to some more.
2020.
And history certainly seemed to be on Tesla's side with the stock split. I mean, companies have outperformed the S&P 500 after stock splits, and that margin grows wider by the time they hit the 12-month mark. Do you think that will be the case for Tesla, given some of the headwinds, as you mentioned, things like tight supply, chip shortages, as well as the COVID outbreaks in Shanghai that have halted production for now?
Look, I think in EV, it's an arms race. And I think there's perception where more and more competition, that's a negative for Tesla, which we disagree with. I think what you're actually starting to see is more and more adoption, especially in Europe. You look at gas prices, what we're seeing sort of globally. I mean, this is going to be a major catalyst for Tesla. I think ultimately EV demand could accelerate by 2 years in terms of what we're seeing with $6, $7 gasoline, and especially what we're seeing in Europe. And I think they're further flexing their muscles from a manufacturing perspective. You don't buy it because of the stock split. You buy it because fundamentally where you think it's going to go. But the stock split is going to be something that is a catalyst. It's been rumored for what's called the last 4 or 5 months. And I think it was smart to sort of get it out there so at least investors, it's transparent in terms of which way they're heading.
Dan, the timing of this announcement, what does that tell you about what Tesla is seeing in terms of demand, especially with Giga Berlin finally opening up?
It's bullish. I think from a tea leaf perspective, I mean, company that's going to do their second split in 2 years is not doing it because they're in a position of weakness. I think it shows position of strength, confidence. I think we go into 1Q, you're going to see more and more momentum, especially from a manufacturing perspective. You got the April 7th barbecue in Austin where that cuts the ribbon there. And despite all the noise, despite all the competition, I mean, right now, Tesla, at least in EV land, it's really Tesla's world and everyone else paying rent.
Oh man, how true is that? It is Tesla's world and everyone else is paying rent. What a fantastic statement from Dan Ives. You know, Dan Ives is probably one of my favorite commentators on Tesla stock. He seems to get it. He seems to understand what's going on with Tesla. You know, it's Tesla are at the head of the EV revolution, and there's just no other way to say it. And all other EV makers do not pass go, do not collect dollars and pay Tesla rent times 10. That's what I reckon. So that's what's going to happen. I reckon the Tesla stock is going to absolutely go through the roof over the next few years. So I hope you enjoyed that, that little commentary there on from Dan Ives on Yahoo Finance. Of course, the link is in the description to the whole interview, and I really just suggest you go over to Yahoo Finance and have a look at that. It's really good. There are just some great little nuggets that Dan says during that interview. You know, I suspect that Tesla won't do a 5-for-1 this time. They'll probably do a 10-for-1. That's what I think will happen, at least at this point. I can't see them doing a 20-for-1 or a 50-for-1. No, they might, but I doubt it. I think that the the most likely they are is to do a 10 for 1, which would be awesome. You take your $1,000 stock down to $100. Of course, if they do a 20 for 1, that takes your $1,000 stock down to $20. Sorry, down to $50. Down to $50. Math's not my strong suit. So, take it down to $50. That would be awesome. I know that when that happens for me, I'll just be buy. I've been buying. Did you buy the dip? I bought the dip, and it's just absolutely brilliant. Well, that's my 2 cents worth concerning the stock split of Tesla. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed that interview that I commentaried on between Dan Ives and Yahoo Finance. Dan Ives is one of the analysts from Wedbush that actually does seem to understand Tesla and seems to grasp the enormity of the company that is Tesla, sort of buying 5 companies in one, and he seems to grasp that. So that's an amazing thing to listen to his viewpoints on what's likely to transpire. Now, most of the analysts are just focused on the car industry and just the building of electric vehicles, and that's awesome because Tesla's executing very well in that area, but I suspect that they're also going to execute in those other key areas as well, manufacturing, battery production, solar production, Powerwall production, and on and on and on and on it goes. So don't forget again to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. I love you so much for hitting that like button and then hitting the notifications bell. I really do appreciate it. Until next time,